everyone, today I have a new behind the scenes photo shoot for you guys, but today things are a little bit different around here. So first of all, I'm going to be shooting on a crop frame camera. So I've got the 7D Mark II that we'll be using, and I'm shooting on not one but two zoom lenses, the Sigma 18-35 1.8 and the Sigma 50-100 1.8. This one is a beast. I'm so excited to be doing a photo shoot on these two lenses for you guys. These are crop frame zooms, so that's why we have the 7D with us today. Our model is Mahalia, Lydia did hair and makeup, and Dan is behind the camera filming our behind the scenes. So this is the lens that Dan usually uses to film. So today he's filming on the Sony 24-70 2.8. So if the video looks a little bit different, that's why. And this is also a good way for you guys to see what the 24-70 looks like. I'll also be doing a photo shoot on that video soon, so keep an eye out for that. I'll also be doing a shoot on that lens soon, not that video. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's cold and windy. We're gonna start shooting. So I'll get you standing here in the sun. That's gonna be nice. Oh, nice! We'll just start off with some nice little movements. You can also look away from the camera as well whenever you feel like it. Yeah, that's perfect. Love that. I absolutely loved getting to take portraits on the Sigma 18-35mm 1.8. It is a really fast lens, and for a 1.8 zoom, it is incredibly sharp. Here are a few photos at 100% so you can see all the details, and I'll share some more zoomed in shots throughout this video as well.
Oh, the wind's so nice.
Yay, okay, I love them. Can we get one sitting down here as well? All right, so I'll get a full body shot here. I find that the 18-35 is a very flattering lens for portraits. My favorite shots from this lens were slightly zoomed in around the 28-35mm end, capturing a mid to close length portrait. And I'll get a close up here as well. Since this is a crop camera lens, on a 1.6 times crop sensor camera, it gives you a full frame equivalent field of view of 28-55mm. For backlit photos, the 18-35 produced really high contrast images with great color rendition straight out of the camera. The skin tones looked really nice, and I love the vibrant greens and true to life colors. The location that we were shooting in was very green in real life. I've shared before and afters of most of the images so you guys can see. Did you want to try one maybe laying down? Maybe on your side I can get kind of a close-up of you. I think just here again because the sun is so pretty right here. Try some weird stuff and see if it works. Yeah, kind of facing to the side. Yeah. Oh, that's perfect. Oh, that's nice with your hand like that. Also, Lydia, the makeup looks amazing. The highlights just popping on her face.
I feel like
It looks so good.
oh, yay.
And then I think let's go to that kind of tree stumpy thing. Yeah, I could get a full body shot of you here. Actually, yeah, standing right there looks amazing. The only time I felt this lens was struggling to focus was when it was at the 18mm end, capturing a full body shot with a very busy background. I only managed to get 3 or 5 shots in focus out of the 25 shots that I took in this location. And then maybe walking back towards me would be nice. This camera's being unglued. A lot of people must have used this before. I do believe this lens is well priced for its quality and versatility. It's not the cheapest, but it's also not too expensive. You could use it as a portrait lens as well as a travel or landscape lens as well, which just shows its versatility. Do you want to try having your legs kind of crossed outways? Yeah, that's perfect. And then you can kind of maybe even rest your hands just down there. Just for fun, here's a little 100% comparison between the 18-35 at 1.8 versus my Canon 50mm 1.2 at f2.8 and then f1.2 on the Canon 5D Mark IV. While the 50mm is slightly sharper at f2.8, for a lens just under half of its price, this 1.8 zoom really gives it a run for its money. So I just switched over to the 50-100 and we're going to take a few more shots on this lens now. In the same backlit situation as the 18-35, the 50-100 was focusing without any issues. And here we had the wind blowing Mahalia's hair around, we had her moving forwards and backwards, and also her hand being in front of her face. And I was able to get focus on her eyes pretty much the majority of the time.
Oh, that wind. That looked really good for that shot. It was like, oh, that looks nice like that. Alright, and now I think we'll do some standing ones. If you could do a little bit of like kind of pacing around would be good as well.
Also, the 50-100mm gives you a full frame equivalent of 80-160.
Oh, there's some really nice ones. And then I'm gonna try and get a full body shot as well. Perfect. Might get you back on that tree again, just so we have something like close to you in the background.
The only time I felt this lens was struggling to focus was against this tree. The 50-100 would constantly back focus on the tree instead of my subject, even though I had my focus point set to Mahalia's face. Looking back at the photos, focus missed about 50% of the time. The 50-100 produces quite a lot of chromatic aberration. You can see it most prominently in the backlit shots we took, especially in her hair, but there was still some CA in the shots we took under the shade too.
One from this side as well. Yeah, that looks really cool there. And I'm gonna try and get like as close up to your face as possible for this last one. So I'll get you, I think, facing me for these ones.
Last but not least, I got in as close as I can with the 50-100 and captured some extreme close-ups of her face. I don't personally have a need for these kinds of photos, but if you're into makeup photography or beauty portraits, this lens could really come in handy for that.
And then I'll get like a shot kind of cropped to your here.
Just like the 18-35, this lens also had great sharpness, color rendition, and speed while taking photos. Using both these lenses together in a portrait photo shoot allows me to capture such a wide variety of photos of my subject. They really do complement each other and nearly cover the whole 28-160mm range. So that is all we have for today's behind the scenes video on these two Sigma zoom lenses. A bit of spoonerism there. I had so much fun shooting on these two lenses. It was a little bit weird having so much range in one photo shoot, considering I'm usually used to shooting on a 35 prime. But I would love to hear, as always, what you guys thought of the photos and which ones were your favorite pictures and locations and lenses as well. I'd also love to know what you guys thought of the Sony 24-70 2.8, which Dan used to film this video on today. I am going to be doing a photo shoot on this lens really soon, so please keep an eye out on my channel for that if you're interested. It's so windy. But as always, thank you so much for watching. I make new videos every single Wednesday, so I will see you guys all next time. Bye!